What's up, everybody? Welcome to a Wednesday edition of The Squeeze. I am Tyler Connie. I'm back after a Tuesday off of the books, and it's chilly today. You've got college football starting this weekend. I've got my fantasy football draft on tomorrow night, which is exciting. Interesting news in the sports betting world, if you're in Ontario, Canada, is that yesterday they passed legislation that would ban celebrities, athletes, social media influencers, role models, etc., from participating in gambling advertisements. So if you're someone who creates sports betting content every day, I get it. It's everywhere. It's every second commercial. You have sports betting ads on TV, and it is not productive. I don't think it's helpful. I don't think we should be pushing that as hard as we are. I think it should be something that people want to go and find. If they find it and enjoy it, that's great. I don't think we should be pumping it. It's been the Wild West. So it's going to be interesting to see what that does for a lot of people that are sponsored by sports books, or, you know, what does that, like, if, say, this channel reaches 100,000 subscribers, do I become an influencer, which therefore can't promote betting? Like, it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. I guess in this instance, I'm not really taking advertising money from a sports book. I'm just talking about sports bets. So I'm sure there's some differences there, but it will be interesting to see how that plays out. So, having said that, let's get to today's plays. I've got 3 bets, and we're going to start with just a nice, old, simple moneyline parlay, although I'm nervous to bet on the Toronto Blue Jays because the Blue Jays are absolutely blowing it and probably are not going to make the playoffs. They just lost last night 5-4 to the Washington Nationals. Tonight is the third and final game of the series. They've split the first 2 games. You've got Chris Bassett going for the Blue Jays tonight. He's going against Patrick Corbin. Patrick Corbin is a player that I bet against consistently. He's actually 4-1 on his last 5 starts with an ERA of 2.2, but which Patrick Corbin are we going to get? Against the Mets, he went 6 innings, gave up 3. Against the Mets, he went 5 innings, gave up 4. He went 6 innings, gave up 1 to Boston. He went 5 innings, gave up 3 to Cincinnati. I'm banking on the fact that Chris Bassett for the Blue Jays, he's been very good. He's coming off a bit of a rough outing where he went 5 2/3, gave up 4 to Cleveland. I look for him to bounce back. He's been one of the Jays' best pitchers along with Kevin Gausman this season. Blue Jays need to win ball games, and call me an idiot, call me a homer, call me whatever you want. I'm going to bet on the Blue Jays to win this game on the money line, and I'm pairing that with the Seattle Mariners because they're rolling. They're 8-2 in their last 10 games. And they're playing a team that's, the Oakland Athletics, who are now 39-94. They're going to lose well over 100 games this season. You've got Zach Neal going for Oakland. Cool. And then on the flip side for Seattle, you've got Bryce Miller. He's 3-2 with a 2.2 ERA, 6 1/3 against Houston, shutout. 5 2/3 against Baltimore, 1 run. 5 innings against the Angels, 1 run. So I like the Seattle Mariners to get that done at home. They're surging at the right time against the Oakland Athletics. So that is a Blue Jays Mariners moneyline parlay for -110 at DraftKings. Another bet, which I can't believe I'm doing, is I'm betting on the New York Yankees on the run line. So as we know, the Yankees had some struggles, right? They'd lost something like 10 straight baseball games, which is insane. But since that time, they've actually won 2 straight. So they're in their third and final game against the Detroit Tigers today. It's the third and final game of this set. Betting on the Yankees to get the sweep at Comerica Park. Tigers are as bad as the Yankees have been. They're actually 5 games better than the Tigers are. And you've got Garrett Cole on the mound today for the Yankees. He's coming off 7 2/3, 11 strikeouts, 1 earned run against the Tampa Bay Rays, one of the best teams in the American League. I know he had a rocky start before that against Boston. He went 4 innings. He gave up 6. But Garrett Cole is probably going to win the Cy Young Award this year. He's the odds-on favorite to do that. He's throwing today against Joey Wentz for the Tigers. Joey Wentz is 2-10 with an ERA of 6.6. So he's just gone 3 innings and given up 10 hits, 8 earned runs against the Minnesota Twins. He went 4 2/3 of shutout baseball against the Marlins, but he went 4 2/3, 9 hits, 6 earned runs against the Rangers. And another game against the Twins where went 5 innings, 5 hits, 3 earned runs. Give me the Yankees on the run line. That is -110 also at DraftKings. And your final bet today, we're going to go to MLS action. why not just keep betting against Toronto FC, man? What an absolutely horrific season. It has just sort of culminating now where they've signed John Herdman away from coaching Team Canada Soccer. So say what you will about Canada Soccer, what that means. They just went to the World Cup, and now this guy's coaching TFC. Is this the Messi effect? I don't know. He was just hired 2 days ago, and now Toronto has a game tonight against Philadelphia Union. Toronto is 3-13-10. And Philadelphia is 13-7-4. Phillies won 5 of their last 7 matches against Toronto. Toronto FC is the 4th team in MLS history to lose 10 straight games, which they have just done. Phillies won 11 of their last 16 regular season matchings dating back to dating back to late April. And look, they've got a brand new coach. How much can he possibly institute in the matter of 2 days? Insigne's been a disaster. Bernadeschi's been a disaster. This team is a complete disaster. There's going to have to be a lot of changes in the offseason. In certain sports like baseball, when a team's struggling and they fire the manager and bring in a new one, I like to bet on that team to win with the new manager. This is not the case here. This is soccer. There are not a lot of goals scored. There's not a lot of variation, and you've got a very good Philadelphia Union team who, as I mentioned, they've won 3 of their last 5 games. Toronto's lost 10 straight. Phillies won 4-2, 4-0, and lost 2-1 in their last 3 matchups. So give me the Philadelphia Union straight up money line during regulation. That's plus 110 at BetRivers. So bit of an interesting card today. You don't have too much going on. College football kicks off tomorrow and all out through the weekend. I don't know how much college football I'm going to bet. It's not really my expertise. I do have Michigan to win the national championship at plus 1,000 if you want to make that bet. Bet 1 unit on that to win 10 units back. But we'll see. So my full card for today, give me the Blue Jays and the Mariners moneyline parlay for minus 110 at DraftKings. Give me the New York Yankees on the run line, also minus 110 at DraftKings. And give me the Philadelphia Union on the money line in regulation, plus 110 at BetRivers. As always, drop a comment if you're fading or following. You can follow me across all my socials linked in the description. Jump in the Discord to continue the discussion. Your audio is on Spotify and on Apple. Let's have a great Wednesday. Let's talk sports.